Good morning, Terrence. This is your favorite alien and his friend Bubba. Say hi, Bub. Well, Mr. Bubba here, he has it made. He has no worries in the world. But anyway, today is Friday. Ooh, 4th of May. Just think, Cinco de Mayo. And for you Americans, I believe that's Independence Day here. And speaking of you, I wanted to do a video and call it Message to Americans from an Alien. Uh, so, with further ado, here we go. Uh, Dear Americans, this is your favorite alien. Figured I would do a video to you guys today because out of all the uh, entities in the planet Earth, your so-called country here has the most familiar or resembles my federation. And the reason I say that is in resemblance. Uh, you have units, like a federation has planets. And the way we got together, uh, like I told you in my earlier videos, there was 25 people of my ancestral planet that 1,000 years ago got together and decided that they didn't like the planet. And the planet was, like I said before in my other videos, kind of similar to this one. It had land masses like this one, but we only had 4. You guys have 7, I believe. Uh, and we have different, as you would call them today, nation states that occupied the land masses. And they all had their agendas, just like you guys do here. Well, their agendas never mesh with what the people's need were. So, like I said, 25 people from different nation states got together, used their resources at hand, and left the ancestral planet and found a home planet. Then others left eventually, and they wanted to form their own home planets. So we found a few that were within a few light years of our home planet that were suitable for colonization. So we colonized them, and nobody to this day has claimed them as their own. So it's their own planet now. And that's what you got to realize when you colonize another planet. It could be an owner out there somewhere. So you have to watch that. Uh, then the people got together along with other races because when we started our federation 700 years ago, as it is today, we started with the planet of 12, and they were all mostly uh, people that came from our home planet. So we had something in common with that, and they decided to put away their differences uh, and establish one way of looking at things. So that's the way we went. To put it in your context here for Americans, if you were African American, you ceased to be that. You ceased to be Asian American. You ceased to be European American. And you picked one way of doing things, and that's the way we did it. And forever, you just would become Americans. And that's the way we did it in our federation. We became uh, just one way of doing things. The planet still had control. I mean, the people still ran their laws the way they wanted, but they were similar in respects to the other planets, so there wasn't much difference. There were a few tweaks in there, kind of like what you got here on your states with your federal government. although some states have radical laws, well, but we didn't allow it to get that crazy, um, like you guys do here in the United States, where you have some states that legalize marijuana and the federal government is anti-marijuana, like stuff like that. We never allowed it to be. So uh, the federation and the local planet laws were about the same. Uh, then, in the course of 700 years, we became 78, and we have non-human cultures that are part of our federation. Uh, we have insectoids, uh, arboreals, which are primates but not human, um, and we have aquatics. There's a planet that's 90% water, so they rule. And it's a pristine planet. I mean, you don't have to have buildings and everything on the planet for it to be uh, sentient, like you guys here. I mean, you got whales, which are pretty much sentient beings. I mean, we have similar creatures on that planet that, hey, they have more uh, knowledge of the universe than we do. But anyway, continuing on with the story, the way we finish our federation is we have a central arm of the federation called the Federation Council, and to them, each planet cedes diplomatic and military, uh, and also if they need something, uh, if they need some sort of resources, they cede them to them to get them out there on behalf of them. Something you guys don't do here in America. You guys got a lot of alliances like the NATO alliance, but look at all the guys you got. You have duplication of military, duplication of everything, and that doesn't work. And you guys haven't figured out why it don't work. Because you can have alliances, but if you have one country going one way and one country going the other way, you're never going to get anything done. Especially with the Americans, with your president, who has an idea of America that does not exist, never has. I don't get it, but that's just my opinion as an alien. Anyway, and this is the thing. You have to have a mission statement. When we established our federation, we have a mission statement. And it hasn't changed in over 700 years. The United States should have a mission statement. It doesn't. Neither does any other country on this planet. You need a mission statement. That way you don't have Trumps, Obamas, or Bushes out there. Because a president is a temporary leader of that state. Or, function, whatever it is, state, federation, whatever you want to call it, and is only there temporarily, usually for a term of 4 to 8 years, something like that. So you'll have another guy, but the guy before it and the guy after him should be exactly the same deal as he was, because you have the United States mission statement that you got to deal with. Sure, things change. New adversaries come up. Old adversaries go. Old adversaries come back to the forefront, as in your case, Russia. But you guys should know them, and you guys should treat them accordingly. You guys don't. Never, and this is the thing that our federation has done, an old adversary is never a friend. And then we have never assisted an old adversary. And that is because we know better. We always keep our enemies close than our friends. And this is something that you guys in America haven't learned. Until you learn this, you'll have the same hiccups that you have. Because you guys can trash Trump all you want, but I mean, look at Obama. He did the same thing. He messed up things royal. And Bush, he created the Iraq War when it wasn't supposed to be. Why? Because he had an agenda. You don't go into your top dog position of president or leader of a state with an agenda. You go there to help people. You're there temporarily. And you guys haven't comprehended, let alone understood, what that means. Until you do, you guys are destined to be doomed. So, what do you say, Americans? Listen to my other videos. And if there's a few from you guys in this country that want to set something different, you can't change this planet. It's already agendas here and agendas there, and they love their agendas, so there's no way you're going to change it. They're going to end up like my ancestral planet did, blowing themselves up. And that is inevitable. Unless, of course, the Mushka come in and you guys don't face them, and they'll wipe you off the face of the earth, which, they've done that already. So anyway, to me, you guys are bygoners anyway. And what I mean by bygoners means that you don't exist anymore. I mean, when I came down to your planet and saw those people that survived, but they weren't humans, like I said, you got another DNA on this planet that's not human. And they'll survive. What they do with the planet, that's their business. But you guys that are controlling this planet, sure doing a lousy job of it, especially the Americans. You guys had the power and you never knew what to do with it. I never got that because you guys never had comprehension. So what are you going to do? You got a pristine planet here, Americans. What are you going to do about it? Let me know. Thanks.